Alright gang, these are HO slot cars. Most of them, I think all of them are from the 80s. I can tell you the 4 Thunderbirds are because I bought them in like 86, 87. The Camaro and the blue, I don't know if it's Peterbilt or Kenworth, I believe I picked up real cheap. I'll tell you how I got them. We'll look at all the cars separately. First starting with the Thunderbirds. I believe it was 1986 or 87. It was a Friday. The girlfriend and I, we were having trouble, so we weren't going out that night. So I was bored. I jumped in my truck, rode to this toy store called Tons of Toys, walking around thinking about getting a model car kit, and I ended up buying a racetrack, and it was a AFX racetrack, Bill Elliott, and I still have that racetrack. I'll post a video of that eventually. It had 2 Thunderbirds. There was AFX Thunderbirds. They just didn't look realistic enough to me. So when I bought the racetrack, I bought the Hardys, the Union 76, and I forgot what this one was called, the green and gray Thunderbird. At the same time, I don't remember what I paid for them, but these 3 are Tycos, and they look more like Thunderbirds of that time frame than the AFX Thunderbird. Now the blue one here, the 70s Thunderbird, that's an AFX Thunderbird, and this one was super fast. Well, I bought the racetrack, called up one of my buddies, see what he was doing that night, and he had no plans. He had no girlfriend at the time. I was, you know, having problems with the girl I was seeing, so we decided to hang out and race these race cars. Well, we had such a good time, we jumped back in the truck, and he went and bought him a couple of cars. And he bought, I think it was Richard Petty, but I don't know if it was a Dodge or, I think it was a Dodge. Either way, he still has that car today. But we raced that racetrack all night long and had such a blast. Well, it got to be a thing where every now and then a bunch of us would get together and we just race these slot cars. And it was just a fun time, and we just really enjoyed it. The track, like I said, it was an AFX track, and it was the Bill Elliott racetrack, and it has a lot of miles on it. Now the 3 Thunderbirds made by Tyco, they had headlights. Now I can't tell you if all of them work now or not because I haven't run them in years. The green Thunderbird has, it's just a shell. I remember one of the cars having a problem, and being that was my least favorite one, it was the one that was used for parts. But this is the one I cherished, this Thunderbird. It was just fast, and I loved this car. Alright, there's a shot of the back and the roof. And the Hardy Thunderbird, I like the color scheme, as I do the Union 76 car. I just love that orange. And again, I don't know why I wasn't as fond of the green and gray one, but I mean, it's a good looking car as well. But it will never go anywhere. They're all staying with me. 3 or 4 years ago, I went with my sister to a storage locker, flea market kind of deal. And this guy had a big cardboard box full of die-cast cars and a Tonka dump truck missing the bed. And he's wanting $10 for the dump truck, and he was asking, I think it was $1 a piece for the cars. So I started looking through the cars, and there were some really good cars in there. Some red lines, some hard to get Hot Wheels. So I offered him $15 for all of it, and he took it. And this slot car was in there. I didn't know it was in there. It's missing the wheels. I don't know if it works. And the post on the driver's side is a little out of shape. But it is a good looking Camaro, so I'll hang on to it. Maybe one day see if it'll get the track out and see if it runs, and then get me some replacement tires for it. Alright, and there's the back of it. Good looking Camaro. Got to give it to Tyco. They did a pretty good job on the HO slot cars. Every one I remember ever having, the cars look real got this one first of summer 2015. I went to the usual flea market I go to, and there's always this guy that he just wheels and deals and just anything. And he had tons and tons of die-cast cars. And I was looking through them, and most of them were those where you buy like 20 of them for $15, like real cheaply made cars. And then I found this. I remember in the 80s, Tyco had that truck set. I think it was called US1 or USA1. They came with trailers and all that good stuff. I got that for 75 cents. Now I think it's a Kenworth. I could be wrong, but I think it's a Kenworth. But it's in really good shape. I mean, it's got on the striping, it's got some nicks in it, but the chrome bumper and grill is in great shape. The horns and the lights on the roof are in great shape. You see the stacks and the tanks, and I think it's the battery boxes. They're okay. There's no damage there. And the fifth wheel, I don't know how the trailer's hooked up to it, but there's a shot of the fifth wheel. Now, unlike the regular HO slot car, this had 2 pins to keep it on the slots of the track. I guess because of the length of the truck and the trailer. Maybe the trailer didn't have a pin. I don't know. It's a cool looking slot car. Alright, that's the video of my HO slot cars. That was a fun little hobby to have when I was a kid. It was fun when I was a teenager. It may still be fun. I assume it is. I just hadn't gotten them out since my son was a little kid. But that's it. Thank you for viewing this video. Y'all have a great day.